Hello, this is Melvin Elston. I'm making this video about some of the things that I see that are problems. You know, I um, think one problem is this stupid shutdown they call it. I think it's just a move to grab for power, you know, and it's with the move to grab for power. It's gonna look like my background, you know, because it's like if you don't give them what they want, this guy's gonna come and visit lots of folks, which means there'll be people starving to death. There'll be people that's doing what they doing now in some places. You know, robbing the stores, which is not going to be a good outcome for them because they're going to end up, end up in jail. For robbing the stores. But there's a thing that comes out, when you don't have a choice. Should children be brought into this thing that they're making? Because those are the people who don't have a choice in none of it, basically. They didn't ask to get here, and it shows you what this administration, cares about. It's about what they put in their pockets, and a power move. All that is crazy. And I blame all the people who voted for this to happen. We had some people, some Republicans now, maybe two or three, that's taking a different look at it and saying, whoa, this is affecting a lot of people badly, and we still get, some of the dumb Democrats that's going against it too. I was saying going against it, I don't mean going against it as in saying it's bad. I'm saying they going for it. Okay, this will help out. No, it's not going to help out. You're going to cause more trouble, which you cause more trouble than boom. Next thing you know, Trump's calling out more people to make this into a police state. National Guards will be walking around like they did in Germany. During Hitler's time, more people be disappear, and it'd be more chaos because that's what they want. So I'm thinking hard about what to do. I'm not worried about the food or nothing. I learned to live off of $90, so I can live off of the little money I get. And when I don't have it, I got canned goods to back me up. I ain't gotta feel like I'm full every day. The body just says, feed me at least twice a day. And I cook different meals. I try to cook meals that last more than a couple of days. When I make chili, I make a big pot of chili. When I eat half of the pot, I cook rice, put rice in the chili. Boom, it's a whole nother different meal. It's another big pot. So that one meal, I made 4 meals or better, And so sometimes if I ain't got rice, I put macaroni in it, noodles, or shells, or big shells, anything to make that meal more than twice. That helps it goes along. I got a meal that I make. I take corned beef hash, with the potatoes that's in the can. I heat that up. That's one meal. And then I take another can, put it with it. I take some corn, cream style corn, mix it with it. I take some string beans, mix with it. It's another couple of meals, another couple of days. I eat beef bologna sandwiches. I eat corned beef hash sandwiches. I may eat rice. One day you don't have to have meat in it all the time, as long as it's rice. So it's a lot of things that can be done to make a meal good. You ain't got to starve to death because you ain't get what you want all the time. What you eat all the time. You ain't gotta have it. It's just your body just says, give me something to eat. If you got children that's crying about, they don't eat that, you got to tell them. This is like what my parents did. If you don't want what's on the table, that is your problem. That's not my problem. The law says feed you, and the food is in front of you. But this is Melvin Else, and I'm just trying to make a good video. Just trying to give you some hints on what to do as far as eating, since they're gonna decide to do all this damage to people in America. But we can fight back the same way, and I'm gonna tell you how that on my next video. But I hope you like this video. Take some time and think what I just said, and y'all have a good evening. I don't know if I told you the time is. The time of this video is 11:33 p.m. It is now Friday, October 24th, year 2025. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment, and have a good night. Okay? Bye-bye.